Hello. I'm back with another Fnaf ranking video. Since you guys destroyed the last goal of 6 to smithereens, I promised another one. And here it is. I'm sorry it has taken a while. It has been very hard to edit. I got it down from 2 hours 15 to what? 48 minutes 22. I know it's still a very long video, and if you would not like to watch the whole thing, you can use the timestamps to jump in between games. Anyway, thanks so much on the last video. It's been my best one ever. I don't know how. It's just good to see a load of new subscribers, a load of new people in the comments section. And just talking about the comments section, if you disagree or agree with any of my opinions, feel free to drop it in the comments below. And yeah, enjoy the video. We are starting with Ultimate Custom Night, which is a game infamously known for its bad jump scares. And let's see if these can change my mind. Let's go. Okay, not a bad start. As you can see, it just shook around a bit from left to right. It's not the worst jump scare I've seen. I'd probably put that at the bottom mid. Okay, yeah, that wasn't a jump scare. The Bonnie one for this game is not a jump scare. And I don't even think it's on here. Okay, again, that's not bad. It might just be my favoritism towards the older animatronic models. But I actually have to put this one above normal Freddy because Chica's movements look less stiff when attacking you. Maybe here. Not as good as Molten Freddy, not quite. Okay, yeah, that's actually one of my least favorite jump scares ever. I mean, look at all that shaking going on. That's just noise. That is definitely going comedically bad. It's just a matter of where. I have to put that at bottom. It's just so bad. Okay, that one looks like he's rapping a song to you. And look at him with his microphone up in there, waving his arm up and down. I prefer that jump scare to Toy Freddy's normal one, but slightly. Not as good as this one. Oh, didn't get all of that there. Yeah, I mean, same. It looks like it's rapping to you. Maybe that's just me. Look at it. Look at those arms. That's got to be joint with. You know, this one's worse, I'd say. Just seeing the arms flap up and down makes it worse. But it's better than you. Alright, Toy Chica. Well, that one's not too bad. The movements look a bit stiff. Like Freddy's did. But nowhere near as bad as these two. I'd put that. I would put that probably at the bottom of Stinky, actually. It's just like a normal mangle jump scare. It's not upside down or anything. And it's actually okay. The way it robotically moves forwards and backwards. And the character design's enough to give it a mid. Maybe that up here. That is also really bad. I mean, look at that. You can't even see what's going on there. They got Withered Chica, one of the scariest animatronics in all of the games, and just made it shake around in front of your face. I'd have to put it slightly above this one, but not even as good as the pumpkin. Okay. It's not that bad. It's still not very good, is it? I suppose the red eyes in the back make it scary enough to get it out of this section. And potentially even boost it up to here, but that's as far as I'd go. I mean, that one's not too bad, it's just a shaking head. The head is well designed, of course, it's the marionette. One of the best designs in all the games. I genuinely can't find the puppet. That's actually my least favourite jump scare in all of Fnaf. It's just a PNG. You can't really argue with me there. And that is a good Springtrap jump scare. I prefer it to his other one because you can actually see movement. You can see the flesh underneath his mask. And for that, it is good. He leans in towards you. You can see how horrible he is from underneath. It's actually one of my favourites from this game. Right here. Better than the puppet, but not better than Freddy from FNAF 1. I mean, it just kind of teleports into your face. Not as good as the FNAF 3 one, because at least that kind of moves towards you. Has to go somewhere here. Put it there. That one's... I don't like that jump scare to begin with. I'll put the original one down there. So this one's of course going to be worse. Stick it here. Because at least these 4, 5 don't look as goofy as whatever that is. That's not too bad Freddy jump scare there. I might be biased because of the design, but I'm not, because I'm putting it above the original one. Because I prefer how it moves towards you and how it looks, but not above Golden Freddy. Right? Yeah, that one's just not as good. It shakes around too much. You can just see the blurs. They couldn't even get a still photo of it without the blur. But I would put that still above these ones. Okay, that one's not that bad. Repeated movement rather than all the shaking going on. And I'd say that makes for a pretty decent jump scare. Put that here. Well, this should be Nightmare. It's just the same thing. I would put it on level really, but I can't. I don't really like that one, which I didn't think I'd be saying. About I put you in Stinky, but you're just about as bad, if not just a bit better. Again, just shaking around. Feels like they stopped trying with a few of these ones, which is a shame really. Because it would have been a great game if there were 50 good individual jump scares, but unfortunately not. Put it here. That's one of the worst yet. It's not as good as the Night Marionette jump scare FNAF 4. No way. It's nowhere near as good, let's be honest. Plushtrap's better than it, but you're not. Okay. I don't really know what to say. I mean, I've said it for all of them. It's shaking so much. I didn't like the original one, so this one's gonna have to be even lower because it's worse. I think it's in the middle actually. I think you're definitely worse. I really didn't like this one. This one might just about be better. I'm gonna leave it there for now. See the shell of the animatronic opening, revealing what's underneath, but still pretty scary because you can actually see original design of it really vividly, which is what makes them so scary in the first place. I've put you here, just at the bottom of scary. No, that one I'm not a big fan of. Still good enough to get out of this. Better than this one? Yeah. Better than Foxy? No. I actually really like that jump scare. I prefer it to the other one, wherever that one is. That one's like somewhere down here. I prefer it to that one, just slightly. Okay, yeah, that one sucks. Worst entered one yet. And you know it's bad when you're the worst entered jump scare, because entered has no good jump scares. I mean, the design's the only thing saving it here, and you can't even see much of the design. It's gotta be here. I mean, those two aren't really jump scares. In spirit, I would have put them up here. They're not jump scares, let's be honest. Happy Frog. I'm not a big fan of these extra Pizzeria Sim characters. I think they should have just left them out of this. But it's still not bad enough to be in Stinky. It's just the movement that saves it. It's not too much, not too little, just the right amount. Here, at best. That one's even worse. You can see the head turning. I know Mr. Hippo's like a funny guy. He's not supposed to be scary, but that's what I'm basing it off here. I have to go as far to say it's down here. I mean, that one looks even worse. I mean, how can you be scared? Boost it up to here. That just looks like it's like dancing in front of you. What were they thinking? Well, you're below Mr. Hippo. Good job. Not as bad as the last two, but still like only barely better than this one. Rockstar Freddy is just kind of shaking around. I'm sure they all are. Maybe like here. That one's even worse. You can see the shoulders rocking up and down with every second passing. That one's actually gotta go here. And that one's even worse. Why were you shaking the... I don't even know what they're called. I'd say Yendo's better than that. And Yendo sucks. And that's just, again, even worse. I thought Freddy's one was bad, Jesus. I was really spoiled with Fnaf 1 to 6 here. I'd have to put it like below, just above you. Right here. And that just takes the biscuit. What is this? Hello neighbor clown. Why are you here? Yeah, this is just terrible. Even worse than the pumpkin. It's not a jump scare. And that is. He looks like he's being held up on wires. Like a... the hello neighbor's distracting me now. It looks like he's been held up on wires and strings like a puppet. And just doesn't look like it's in the right shape to be attacking you by shaking around like that. The design of it. It's way worse than it did like Pizzeria Simulator. Have to put it like here. Okay, that's not too bad. Again, it's blurry. But as far as these jump scares go, it's not too bad the way it moves towards you. And how it's leaning, that's kind of different, and I do like that. I mean, it's alright. It's kind of zooming in and out of him, so it's not alright, and I hate the design. So it's really not alright. And it's worse than this one, so it's really not alright. But still, like, barely good enough to be in Stinky. Just barely, by the skin on its very robotic teeth. Looks like you. Withered Freddy. And just for that, I'll put it right by you. But worse, it's just like you, but on steroids. But somehow I like it more. Just a bit more to push it right here. Yeah, that one's good. That noise is actually horrifying. Sounds like a bloody dinosaur. And just the design of it. It stayed true to Golden Freddy. I'd have to actually put that up here. And this is supposed to be the Nightmare Chica one. And I really love those teeth coming in from the outside of the screen. It's a really good build up. The jump scare's okay. But wherever it is, there it is. I'd have to put it in scary. 'Cause it's not quite a Shiver Me Timbers, but it's there. And finally we have the lol bit, which I am smart enough to know is not a jump scare. This is the VR FNAF game, but these jump scares are non-VR edition, so I'm ranking them against the normal ones. You can't see him, which is weird. Yeah, it just kind of shakes around in your face. I see how that would be scary in VR, but that just doesn't look great in normal when you're watching it normally. It's there. I don't like how it just like turns around and looks at you. I just think that's a bit silly. But the jump scare itself, it doesn't look as bad as Freddy. You just count the jump scare alone, yeah, it's better. I'd actually have to put that in mid. Probably up here. Chica does the same thing. Again, I don't get why they do that. That actually looks like a good jump scare. It just looks like Chica's one from FNAF 1, but maybe watered down a little. It doesn't look as real if you look at it. And I go as far to say that it is just worse than Springtraps. Okay, Foxy, you can hear him running down the hallway, but he just kind of shakes around. I don't really get that. You don't really get a clear shot of his face. I'd still have to go above Freddy's one. And probably like at the top of Stinky. Yeah, for some reason they have white eyes. Their teeth also glow in the dark. I really do not like these ones. They're just, I mean, look how silly that looks. It does not look scary at all. I'd probably put it here. That noise has been kept the same since Match 1. You cannot like see its face at all. It's got to be like tied with this one, maybe just better. I mean, that one's just noise, really. Probably worse than you. I really like how Toy Freddy walks on here, but then it just kind of comes into another model that jump scares you. It's better than the original Toy Freddy jump scare and the UCN one by far. I mean, they're stuck with the black eyes, and that was such a great decision. I would put that probably right at the top of mid. I mean, it's alright. It's better than normal Toy Bonnie's one where it just leaps at you. But it's just here. Just about better. I mean, that's pretty much tied with Toy Bonnie's one. It's like the exact same, but it's just Toy Chica instead. Good night. That was Withered Foxy there. Nowhere near as good as his one from FNAF 2. He just runs at you from the darkness. Put it here. Mangle, you can't really see anything. Shaking around way too much. Lighting's nowhere near good enough. I really like how that walks down the hallway. I think that's actually really scary. And then yeah, that's good enough as well. I can see myself getting frightened if I was in VR watching that. I have to put it in Shiver Me Timbers. Put it here. That is again really good. Thing is, the intro to these jump scares are way better than the actual jump scare. Yeah, this one was way better than FNAF 2 Freddy. He just sucked. Like, barely below Toy Freddy. Wow. Withered Bonnie just looked awful there. They butchered that jump scare pretty badly. But just because it's Withered Bonnie and it still looks pretty creepy, I would put it here. Now that build-up didn't look so good. And just kind of stood there for a bit in the same pose as FNAF 2. But it was only for like a split second before attacking you, so... There. Oh, okay, here we have FNAF 3. I don't even know what that was. That's you, right? Well, if that is you, that's a big downgrade from, like... FNAF 3 Foxy jumping right at you. How do I rate that? I have to put it here. Well, that was good. I could see it walking down the hallway, but I don't know what that was. But that one wasn't so bad. You could see the eyes approaching you. But it's still in here because, you know, it's just eyes. There you go. That one was even better. Not this one. I did both. That mangle one was even better. It like stuck its head out the screen and attacked you. And I'd actually have to put that up here. At least above you. And Springtrap. I gotta watch that one again. Not as good as his FNAF 3 ones. He does look pretty scary though. I'll give him that. But if we're being honest, he's down here. Okay, then I'm smart enough to know that these ones are just the same but red. Putting it at the exact same. Because they are the exact same. I don't know how you get them because I've never played this game, but they're just on the same level. Oh. Maybe not. Maybe not. It doesn't look great. If you pause it, you can see like square and rectangular chunks taken out. Way too jagged for my liking. Still there. It's not too bad. That one was better. And the noises it makes are a bit goofy. But it's better than its normal one, I'd say. Normal one looked a bit strange. I didn't really like it. Better than Plush Trap. Better than you. Not better than normal Plush Trap though. I don't see the need. I don't know why they added these into the game. But they're just noise. I mean, they're just gonna go down here. And there's like, what? 5 of them? They're all the same. They're all the same. They just have different marks on them. It doesn't make any difference. It's the same jump scare. And realistically, they're gonna be what? Like on level with Music Man? Probably. And I'm putting them all there because I've seen them all. Look at Fun Time Foxy there. I do like that. I do really like that. I love the design on the inside. Looks far better than this fellow right here. And up here, the best Fun Time Foxy one. I mean, that's barely a jump scare, is it? Actually, I'll do it justice and say it's not a jump scare. Because if I did rate it on here, it would be like, what? Down here. I don't get what this guy's trying to accomplish going that close to baby. I don't think that should be happening. I don't think you should be inside the... Okay. Realistically, it's just the same as Funtime Foxy, but just a bit dead inside. And that's just a better version of Bonnie, actually. That is a better version of Bonnie by far. Put you like here. I don't know why he's playing the guitar, but. And you get killed. I already rank you. See what this one has to offer. I do like that. I do like actually running out of the darkness. Actually, just for that, I'll put Foxy higher up. No, I'll move him up to about here. Yeah, that's just Foxy without the head, and it does look scary, to be fair. They did a really good job designing that endoskeleton. It just looks like, I forget which game it's out of, it might be 1 or 2. Looks like the endoskeleton from one of those. Gets to go here. I don't know what this is. This is just a fever dream. And you get random rainbow Bonnie attacking you. I suppose it's, in spirit, it's the same as the Bonnie with the missing eye. It's just funny to me, I don't know why. I can't take it seriously. Put it here. And this one too, I mean look at it. I could just see rainbow lighting. I couldn't actually see the animatronic. So I have an excuse not to like it now. And therefore it goes like here. Nah, here. 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 There you go. So yeah, you're just the same as the endoskeleton really. There it is. And that's not a jump scare. I wouldn't class that as a jump scare. His faceplate kind of comes off. And I don't actually think that's a bad Ennard jump scare. But in terms of Ennard jump scares, he doesn't really have any good ones. It's definitely better than the head banging one. But it's still at the top of Stinky. That was just a darker version of Mangle. I think it's actually pretty good. It's scarier than the normal Mangle because you can't actually see the normal Mangle because of the poor lighting. But this, you can see, you're not supposed to see it, but you can see the teeth. So I'd put it below Chica's one from Fnaf VR. That's not really a jump scare either. I don't actually mind that. I don't mind it compared to these ones because it doesn't actually kill you. But I prefer the look of it. It just looks less shiny. As you can see here, it just got that random shine on it. I'd probably put it like here, meaning that the blue one's gonna be there as well because it's the same thing but just blue. Not a big fan of that. Too zoomed in. Way too zoomed in there. Where do I put Funtime Freddy? I put Funtime Freddy in mid. This is not going in mid. This gets to go like near Yendo. That was pretty good. You could see his faceplate moving in and out like it did in UCN. And how it just walks up to the closet, opens in, murders you. Better than Scrap Baby. And not quite as good as the UCN one. So I'll put it here. Now this is horrifying. This is the worst. That's the last thing I'd want to see in VR. And the jump scare doesn't disappoint either. I think this has to go in the top one. It's got to, easily. Now the question is where? I'd put it here. And that also, I mean, look at that. Look at how scary that... In VR, I'd be having a heart attack right now. That is the worst. The jump scare is not quite as good, let's be honest. It just looks too dull. If there'd just been a good jump scare there, that would have easily been the top category. Maybe like here. I mean, that's just on level with the white eyes, really. What was the point of adding these into the game, man? If you could actually see its face, it would make it scarier. Walking down the corridor was actually pretty scary though. So I'll give it a pass. Not as good as you though. When there's one to review, I'll do it. Oh, there you go. Didn't take that long. Eyes in the darkness. Again, not a very big fan of them. And it's not as good as the Bonnie one because the build up to it wasn't as good. I'd have to put it here. Okay, this is the DLC. It's called The Curse of Dreadbear. Oh, okay. It's very strange. I actually have to put that in Stinky. It's really... Uh, it's not comedically bad because it's not, you know... It actually looks pretty scary, but they could have done a lot more with it. Here's like the perfect spot for it. Again, just the same thing. But with Freddy this time. Are they all just going to be this? Because if so, I'm going to have a really easy day at ranking here. Well, it looks like it. You almost like a bit scarier. Then you just didn't have the eyes. Foxy just said screw it. Went sicko mode. Now, I don't know what. That is Jacko Bonnie. And that looks way scarier than Jacko Bonnie did in Fnaf 4. It looks like it's actually on fire. Whereas Jacko Bonnie in Fnaf 4 just looked orange. Something about the style. It looks on fire. Not as scary as babies. It's Jacko Chica. What? You get a gun. A ball gun. Oh, okay. Then you just attack again, why don't you? That was also really good. You could see it running across towards you, which is what Security Breach tried to do but failed. I actually prefer that to the Bonnie one, and I'm gonna put it in Scary. Just below Phantom Foxy. Okay, that was Nightmare Freddy. I mean, they didn't even get a good look at him here, but he just has those orange beady eyes. I don't really like it. I'm gonna put it in Stinky. That's probably a fair place for him. Okay, that was Nightmare Bonnie, and you could actually see Nightmare Bonnie. It looked pretty similar to FNAF 4 Jumpscare, so it stayed true to itself, which is always a good thing. It's still just not quite there with the lighting. You could barely see it. Like on level with the Jacko Bonnie. The Nightmare Chica looked better. Looked a lot better. The eyes, one blue, one red, something about that just throws me off. And I could see it a lot easier than I could see Bonnie. So gonna put that at the top of mid. Ooh, that was good. I like that. That was even better than Nightmare Chica. We're on a roll here. I love how Foxy just sprints at you. It's really, really scary. Maybe about the same as this one. Because it's the same sort of thing, really, isn't it? Oh, here we go. Here's Dreadbear. That wasn't that good. I'm not a big fan of that. He just kind of shuts down, slowly looks up at you, and then attacks you. I would put it just above normal Freddy. Actually, no, just below. Just below. Oh no, this one's actually on the list. I suppose you could actually see it, which is a good thing. I'll probably put this in Scary. below normal Chica in VR. This is just normal Foxy with a glowing eye, really. And this one gets to be on level with normal Foxy if I can find him. Then you're just glowing eyes. You're probably one of the glowing eye ones that I missed. And I usually just put them up here because I can't be bothered with them. And then these ones as well. They're no good. Not a big fan of those. They're all about the same, really. Yeah, I can't rank them. I don't think they're all just like around the same level. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't rank them. First we have Glamrock Freddy, which is a rare one, but here we go. I mean, his design looks, yeah, his design looks on point, and it looks like he's going in for a bite at the end. But I'm just not a big fan of that scream in the jump scare. And has just shaking around while killing you. I don't like that much. I would probably put it in stinky, like just above you, lower than you. Okay, this one just looks like he's looking straight into your soul. I guess it's not as bad as Freddy's one, but it's not very good either. Maybe like here, Monty, who I thought was a really interesting character in this game. He just kind of goes in for bites, and I like that because that's how I could imagine a crocodile animatronic actually attacking you. I think that's a pretty solid one. I would probably put it like just above Bonnie in VR. Eh, I don't like this, whatever's going on here. It's just shaking you around from side to side. I'd have to put it below Grandma Freddy, below you guys. Probably up here. Okay, now this is unironically one of the scariest jump scares in the whole game. I mean, look at that. Something about those eyes, just the design of the blank face looks scary to me. And the zooming in on it and zooming out, it's like, it's hard to explain. It's like rumbling. I do actually like that one, making it actually one of the better jump scares. Not above Monty though, just below.
Hi, please take this map.
Okay, that's pretty much the same. It's a woman. It's not a jump scare, it's a woman. I would have to put that in not a jump scare. Let's be real here. You can see the strange colours. It kind of lifts you into the air again. I don't know why they all do that. And gets right up close to you. I do like that shining like red light coming off it. The rabbit, whatever it's called. I'm not really caught up with all this lore. But that's good enough to like get into mid. It's just a shame this wasn't in the game more. Maybe like here. It looks like he's tickling you. Which is actually really disturbing. The design looks pretty creepy. And the outstretched arms. Yeah. You can just go in mid. But higher up than all the other ones. Belongs here. I don't know if I like that. It kind of tilts one way and then tilts the other way. That would probably have to go in stinky. And the design of them is just not that great either, is it? I'll just assume it's this one. I mean, they don't look scary to begin with, in my opinion. They just look a bit funky. Probably belongs here. Oh, okay, that was a different noise, and I actually like that one better. It's just this endoskeleton doesn't look very scary. It's got like blocky teeth and massive bug eyeballs. It's scary enough, to not be in the bottom one. And it's scary enough to just be below Chica's one. I mean, it's just Freddy without the top part of his head. Look at how stupid that looks. That goes in comedically bad for me. Down here. It's the biggest section on here, I swear. That ends so quickly and it's so good because of that. For once it feels like they're not dragging you around everywhere. And instead they're just, like, you know, ending you straight away. I just like how cut short it is, for once. Okay, that one wasn't too bad. You can see it looks a lot more creepier than Roxy did earlier. And the noise is also better. Maybe here, at the top of Stinky. I apologise for these things here again. I can't get rid of them. But just because of, like, the massive animatronic size. That's different. We've actually never seen that. Probably put it below you. Okay, same thing again. Is that Molten? No, it's Funtime Freddy there. He looks a lot more dirtier and he attacks from, like, below. I do prefer that over the normal Funtime Freddy, actually. Just below Music Man. Oh, wow. You look terrible. What happened to you? Yeah, I think there's a point where it gets, like, too damaged. Like, beyond repair. And this goes above that. It's not scary because of how damaged it is. It just looks like trash. I have to say it's, like, on par with Roxy's normal one. Same thing again, but it just looks a bit scarier. So I'll probably just put it a bit higher. We missed this one, actually. The one where you fall into the pit. And you got all of them looking at you. And I actually think that one's pretty scary. Because of the sheer amount of them. I mean, if there was only one, it would be with these guys. But just the amount of them and the smiles painted on their faces. They look horrible. I'd have to put that in scary. Right at the bottom. But still just about. Okay, just the same. Same old, same old. Staff bot. It just looks like a worse version of this one. Monty in this game was an absolute joke. But his jump scare wasn't actually that bad. You can see trying to hold the mouth open with all his sharp teeth. Could do a lot of damage. But just because of the poor character design, I can't put it any higher than Stinky. I physically can't. Which is why it's going to go up here. That was actually pretty good. I actually like the design of it. It looks really, like, futuristic. And the way it just, like, glitches in. It's just pretty cool. Above you two as well. Nah, not a fan. As I said earlier, if you just trash the animatronics up too much, they just won't look scary anymore. And this is just a laughing stock, really. I mean, how could a thing like this kill you? That's just... no. Somewhere in comedically bad. Probably here. Okay, that looks pretty scary. I know I was on about the damage and stuff, but look, it still looks in pretty good condition underneath. And you can see how creepy it looks underneath as well. It just doesn't look like a pleasant sight. And the jump scares are it as well. You can see there's a bit of a struggle as Cassie gets lifted up and probably killed. Best Roxy jump scare of the lot. Probably like here. Alright, you. Yeah, there's two of them now. And they kind of like knock you down and crawl on top of you. It's better than the normal one. Slightly better than these ones. Put them all at the same because I think they're just the same thing. I apologise if I got that wrong, but there's not much I can go off these small photos. Oh no, what happened to Freddy? Big surprise, he's missing his head. And there's kind of like a gift box inside his torn open chest. As I said before, too much damage. No head. How can you just rip off its head? Probably like here. What is this? Why in the middle of the screen? I don't actually think this one's a jump scare. I think it just like pokes out at you. And for that, I'll put it here. Okay. That's pretty good actually. I love the like really thin, weird design of it. Like alien looking. And the noise it makes is really off-putting as well. And I would put it up here. Here we go. Last one. It's just the same thing, but looks like way worse. And by worse, I mean scarier. And it looks like a teddy bear running after you. And that's like a thing of nightmares, really. I'd have to put it higher than the other one. I might be generous here because of all the bad ones I've seen in Security Breach. But I'd actually put it here. And that's it. Excluding all these AR ones, which I'm not going to do. This is the completed list. So I'm just going to like scroll through it. You can see Shiver Me Timbers is the smallest one. Scary, getting a bit bigger. Mid, pretty, got a lot in there. Stinky, I think has like slightly less than mid. Then Comedically Bad has the most. Not a Jump Scare has very little. It's very, very interesting going over all these jump scares. I mean, some of them I didn't even know existed. Some of them I'm very familiar with, especially the ones up here. And a few shocked me. I didn't expect to put a UCN one in Shiver Me Timbers. I didn't expect to put a VR one in Shiver Me Timbers. I didn't expect to put a FNAF 1 jump scare, or FNAF 2 jump scare even, in Comedically Bad, but I did it like twice here. And it just goes to show it's massive world of jump scares. There's a big variety in all of them. And if you got this far, thanks a lot for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye!